Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome His Majesty, the King of the Belgians, and Mr. Craig Kennedy, the President of the German Marshall Fund of the United States.
So my name is Craig Kennedy, and I'm president of the German Marshall Fund of the United States. First, it's my distinct honor to welcome His Majesty, the King of the Belgians, to Brussels Forum. Your Majesty, thank you very much for joining us. His Majesty joined us the very first time we did a Brussels Forum, and it's wonderful to have you back again. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9th Annual Brussels Forum. We launched this conference in 2006, recognizing the need for a premier space for policymakers, business representatives, and thought leaders to discuss global challenges facing the transatlantic community. In years since, Brussels Forum has evolved into one of the foremost transatlantic gatherings of this sort, an achievement that we are very proud of. The theme this year is a world in transition. Over past years, we have been witnessing major transitions and shifts, both in the transatlantic and global realms. The transatlantic community has become a truly global space. Looking back at the agenda of the first forum, many questions discussed then are still with us today. Some of these issues, like the proposed transatlantic trade and investment partnership, give us hope for revitalization of transatlantic cooperations. Others have laid bare the more troubling dynamics. Last year, we talked about the fragility of the global system. And today, transatlantic partners are facing no shortages of difficult challenges, from the situation in Ukraine to Syria, Iran, the Middle East peace process. The United States and Europe have not always acted in sync. More broadly, a common transatlantic vision, a defining project, seems absent. The transatlantic partners appear to too often react to crisis after crisis rather than shaping events proactively. The causes of this situation are manifold, and most of the underlying factors can be reversed. The first factor is that since the integration of Central and Eastern Europe into NATO and the EU, we completed our first great post-war campaign. We should be all proud of this accomplishment. However, no new transatlantic project of that size, that focus, that vision has arose to take its place in the 21st century. The economic and financial crisis of 2008 forced Americans and Europeans to focus on domestic concerns. At the same time, the crisis took a toll on the confidence of the transatlantic community to be effective in the global sphere. Fragile economy combined with a series of draining interventions abroad led to a sense of collective doubt about our capacity to get anything right. The most important transatlantic institution, NATO, has struggled to define its role in the 21st century. It is facing many constraints, reduced defense spending, and a long engagement in Afghanistan. In both the United States and Europe, there are significant governance challenges that make it difficult to build support for major transatlantic and global projects. In America, gridlock diminished our capacity to deal with the most pressing policy tasks. In Europe, the sovereign debt crisis and many other issues have revealed systemic flaws in the euro area, only slowly being addressed. Finally, both the United States and Europe feel attraction of rising Asia, even as they are busy with domestic economic issues. But transatlantic interests and roles in the region are not always aligned. This situation can be reversed if there is a desire and will to do so. The United States and Europe still share many values. Differences are minor compared to those that divide us from many other actors, as the recent conflicts with Russia reveal. Over the years, GMF has tried to make small contributions to transatlantic cooperation. Initially focused on core relationship between the United States and Western Europe, as transatlantic community has looked east, so has GMF. GMF's trusts in Balkans and Black Sea region, as well as for Belarus, have dispersed nearly $50 million in grants to civil society and played a key role in the democratic development of these regions. We are very proud of these achievements. As transatlantic community has globalized, so has GMF. We've expanded our focus. Today, we view our mission of strengthening transatlantic relations in a global context. We've expanded our work to reflect momentous developments in Asia and the wider Atlantic region. As the world is undergoing these historic transitions, transatlantic relationship is now needed more than ever. Now is the time to rethink this relationship, to review how we address both regional conflicts in our neighborhood and major global challenges, and to make a new investment of political, financial, and intellectual resources in this alliance. In short, now's the time for renewed leadership from both sides of the Atlantic. It is our hope that organizations like GMF can assist in this process of renewal. And it is our hope that gatherings like Brussels Forum can make a small contribution to the debate about the future of the transatlantic community. On the way to the 10th anniversary of Brussels Forum in 2015, we hope that this weekend's conference can help start these discussions. Thank you for your kind attention. I wish you a productive and rewarding Brussels Forum 2014. And now